What's up? I'm back with another Mindnight video. So, while we're waiting in the lobby to start a game, I would like to go over the basics of Mindnight because I realized my last 4 videos my mic was very low and you could not hear what I was saying. So, to start, we will watch this how to play video. So I'll mute up and yeah.
Welcome. Mindnight is a social deduction multiplayer game with secret roles. Players are assigned a random role to be either NTF agents or hackers. As a hacker, you know who your fellow hackers are, but as an agent, you only know who you are. In order to win the game with your team, you must capture 3 nodes. In each round, there are 3 phases: the talking phase, the voting phase, and the mission phase. In the talking phase, and at any time in the game except the mission phase, players can communicate through the written chat system. After the talking phase, the leader of that round will propose a team. Then, all players will vote to approve or reject the node team in the voting phase. After a team proposal, each player on the node team must secretly perform an action on the node. Agents may only secure, but hackers may either secure or hack based on their preference. The node mission is successful only if all players secure the node. The node mission fails if 1 or more players hack the node. After a node mission has been completed, discussions ensue, and a new proposal will be made by the next player. Information in Mindnight comes from multiple sources: voting patterns, node mission history, and chat interaction. If you are an agent, rely on your instincts and deduction skills to figure out who the hackers are. Prevent them from hacking the nodes. As a hacker, it may be a good idea to hide yourself from the other players. If they discover you, they won't vote you into a team. The game ends after 3 nodes have either been secured or hacked. Good luck and have fun.
So that was the game tutorial that you can watch that anytime by clicking that if anyone decides to download this game. It's on Steam, free. Basically, it's a social deduction game where you have to figure out who the hackers are if you're an agent and try to blend in if you're a hacker, and either team has to win 3 nodes in order to win the game. It can get pretty complicated at times with multiple players because for 5 players, there are 5 nodes, right? Regardless, and there's hammer, which I'll get into in the match. But in a 5-player game, it is node 1's 2 players, node 2 is 3, node 3 is 2, node 4 and node 5 are both 3. In a 6-player game, node 1 is 2, node 2 is 3, node 3 is 3, node 4 is also 3, and then the final node 5 is 4. Because in a 6-player game, you'd have 4 agents and 2 hackers instead of 3 agents and 2 hackers. In a 7 and 8-player game, the rules are completely different because in both of those, you have 3 hackers, which complicate things. If you noticed during the video...
Welcome. Mindnight is a social deduction multiplayer game with secret roles. Players are assigned a random role to be either NTF
node 4. That's the same in both 7 and 8-player games. What that means is, instead of normally, if a hacker is in a node and decides to hack, that node will be compromised and the hacker will get that node for their team. Except in node 4 and I think node 5 in an 8-player game, there is a requirement that must be met by hackers, which is you need at least 2 or more hackers in a node that hack in that node specifically to count it as a win. So for instance, if you're in a 5-player prop and both your hacker buddies are out and you hack, it will still say that somebody hacked the node, but the agents will get the node because you didn't have 2 people hack in the same node. But that's only for 7 and 8-player games, which don't happen because this game is fucking dead, as seen below. So I thought I'd explain that. Now Hammer, if I go... Okay, yeah. Mindnight's a social deduction game.
Mindnight is a social deduction multiplayer game with secret roles. Players are assigned a random role to be either...
So, every time someone proposes a node and it gets rejected, that counter goes up by 1. It does not go up if someone passes the proposal and doesn't propose, because then people wouldn't be voting. It would just get skipped to the next person. So basically, if that means when that hits 5 out of 5, that basically means the hackers win. Or no, it does mean the hackers win, because by definition, I don't know the specific definition, but if at any time there are 5 team rejects in one round or one node, then or one phase, one voting phase, the hackers automatically win the game. So naturally, 4 out of 5, if you have a prop and 4 people have already went and their proposition got rejected, you have all the power, because everyone won't ref on a 4 out of 5. That's called hammer. The reason for that is, let's say someone did ref at a 4 out of 5, they're basically a hacker, right? Because the hackers won technically speaking, the 5th node team reject, so they automatically win the game. Therefore, everyone doesn't reject it, and you have to accept it. If you don't, you'll seem suspicious, obviously, for reasons that I just said. So you can still pass hammer, but that's very rare, and my point is, you just have all the power, because whatever you prop, it's going to have to be accepted regardless. There's also something called protocol for hackers, which is basically specific circumstances where hackers can communicate during the mission phase of the game. They can't actually talk, nobody can actually talk, and they can't message each other in any way. All chats throughout the game go through the chatting system, so there's no like secret chat you can message your hacker buddy with. What I'm saying is, let's just say, well, I can't give an example because I'm not in the game, but if an agent is proposing, right? Or let's start with the basics. If you are proposing in a 3-player node or more, and you have 1 or more teammates in the node with you, while you're a hacker, obviously. Oh, they just ended their game. By protocol rule 1, I think, that means the other person knows that you're going to be the one hacking because you were the one that brought the proposition up in the first place. There are 3 main rules, and that's one of them. Okay, that's a custom. That sucks. I don't exactly remember rule 2, but it's only really rule 1 and 3 are important. Rule 3 is if an agent is proposing and you okay, I remember rules on that. if an agent is proposing and theoretically in a 3-player or more node he proposes himself, you as a hacker, and your hacker buddy, by rule 1's definition, you wouldn't be able to deduce who would hack because you're not the person in charge. So they created Rule 2 for that and Rule 3 for that. Rule 2 is if you have already hacked a node in any point in the game and that happens, then you are going to be the one hacking and your teammate is going to secure. Because you don't want it to say 2 players node hacked, two hacks, because if it says 2 hacks, that means 2 players hacked in one node. In a 3-player node, that'd be 66% of people, and that would be very bad, and you would probably lose the game. So again, Rule 2 is if someone hacked previously, they hack, and no one else. And if 2 people, if they both individually hacked, it's whoever hacked first. So if the hacker buddy hacked node 1 and his buddy hacked node 2, then the original hacker buddy would hack the node that the agent is proposing the 2 hackers in, if that makes sense. So that's Rule 2. Rule 3 goes off of Rule 2. So if nobody hacks, then the person counterclockwise to the person proposing, which has to be agent, obviously, they hack and the other person secures. So let me write that, because that sounded a little weird in my head. I don't know how. Yeah, that was 11 minutes of me talking, but at least I explained the game. So if I get like a Google Doc or something. Okay. So if we go here, right? So people in this game don't like to use protocol or talk about it because some people say it's too powerful. I believe that it's not, because it's just part of the game. Someone came up with it, and so it's just how it works. keeping this there if I ever forget. Yeah, so basically, that is all 3 rules of Proto. And there are a couple terms like meta and if you're a beta or alpha in the game, depending on when you joined, stuff like that, which isn't like too important, so I'm not going to really go over it. But if that ever comes up, then yeah. So this is how you play the game, basically, with the video I talked about. So honestly, this took a pretty long time. Like this took 50 minutes to explain. So I'm just going to stop recording and have this be its own Mindnight tutorial video, basically. And I'm probably not going to listen over it because A, I don't like how I sound on video, so yeah. But I think that's good for anyone. Oh, so they're okay. Alright. So anyways, what I was saying was anyone interested and curious about how the game works, that's how it works. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Peace.